Kia ora e hoa ma. Let me show you how you can use these photo videos as a language learning resource. A place where you can listen to the language, read it, can connect to the text and the speech, you can learn new words, and you can use it as a motivator or an example, an exemplar to create your own such content for language practice and usage. They are not lessons that break everything down into grammar and vocab that you may be used to. They are simply a resource and a simple idea. So let me get straight into ways that you can use it. The first one, of course, is very simple. Watch and listen to the video. When you do that, I want you to, or you can choose to, I should say, choose a focus. So listen to it once through and just concentrate on listening, okay? Here's an example. I'm going to play you one that I've made, and I'm going to, play a little bit of it, and you can get an idea.
E kampong warana hau I tēnei whakahua. E pārereke pea I te taone o Malang I Indonesia. E tini ngā tai o ngā mea katoa hei whakahari I ngā tangata.
Right, I'll pause it there. These videos are deliberately very short, between half a minute and a minute long. So we're not talking about a long story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, so to speak. It's very simple. That's deliberate so that you can consume one or two or three in a relatively short time and choose the ones that are of interest. So the first one is listening. Now I would listen again, I would play it again, and focus on the reading because the subtitles are there in Māori or in the language that you're learning. Okay? See, the subtitles there are not translating it for you. That's something that we're probably very accustomed to, is having something translated so that we can read and understand. The problem with that is that it's very easy to shut off your listening. When you can read something, your brain will naturally find the easiest path to access it. So what happens usually is that if we are given the subtitles, it's like it's made easy for us, then we stop listening and we just read. So these subtitles are in Māori so that you can still read it, so you have a visual representation, but it's in the target language that you're learning. So you still have to engage. So I would listen a few times and read a few times. Then I would do what's called shadowing, and shadowing is when you repeat what you hear. You would pause it in between each phrase because you need to just do it in small pieces, like this.
E tino paru ngā mea katoa engari.
He tino paru ngā mea katoa engari.
Ka puta te whakaro ki te whakapaipai te wahi.
Ka puta te whakaro ki te whakapaipai te wahi. And so on. You go through and you practice saying the words. If you're learning a difficult language that's very different to your main language, there will be many sounds perhaps that are difficult to pronounce. They are new. You have to really focus on making those sounds with your tongue, with your mouth. So that's speaking practice. All right. So you're listening, you're reading, you can speak. Now, if you're on YouTube, you go to the description box, and you're going to see all of the keywords and phrases in that video. All right, it does not translate every single sentence for you, but it gives you the main words so you can A, learn them, B, create the understanding in your mind for the videos, for the text and the speech. All right, the keywords are enough generally in any language to work out the meaning from the context. It's really important. Also, there's a link to Quizlet, and Quizlet is, for those who have not used it before, is a language learning vocabulary learning tool. So all of the words from the video, the keywords, are in Quizlet, and you can practice them. All right. I won't go through in-depth Quizlet, but if you go to Quizlet, there's a range of activities. There's multiple choice. There's flashcards. There's games that you can play to practice learning those words and remembering them. So there you go. The Quizlet link is in the description box along with the keywords. Another suggestion I have is physically write down the keywords. Now, it may seem quite old-fashioned in this day and age to get out a pen and paper and write the words down, but there's lots of science that has proved that the act of writing something down is very beneficial to our brains and minds for learning and remembering things. So You can write those words down and, store that piece of paper if you like in a folder or somewhere where you could use it as a language learning resource of your own. It doesn't have to be just for the act of writing. If you don't keep that piece of paper, of course, the words are still there, but, why not use it as a resource of its own? Another suggestion I have, once you've done a lot of these videos, you've got a bit of momentum on how it works, you've done the shadowing, you've read, you've listened. I even suggest going that step further and creating one or two or however many you like of your own. That's a really nice way to use some of these words and put them back into your own content. Choose a photo of your own and create it on whatever app, Movie Maker or something a bit more modern and has a few more features. But listen, I skipped one step that I want to suggest. This is a really, really useful part of YouTube particularly. If you go to the settings, you can slow down the playback speed. So if the person is speaking a wee bit fast and you're struggling to keep up and it's racing past you, go to the playback speed and drop it to 0.75 right in here. All right, you go to settings, the little asterisks. All right, go to playback speed, drop it to 0.75. Now, when you play the video,
Kia hāpai ai te wairua o ngā tangata.
Kia hāpai ai te wairua o ngā tangata.
Kia whakamānea manuhiri ai hoki.
Kia whakamānea manuhiri ai hoki. See, so you get to hear the speech slower. That can really help your comprehension. And if you're shadowing, you can repeat it equally as slow. The shadowing is about mimicking, so like try to really copy what you hear. So, e hoa mā, I want to just say that I hope you can find this useful. Give it a try. There are, so far, on the time of making this video, I've made 11. But I'm adding to it constantly. Different images, different topics. Now, the different images, of course, it will naturally introduce different words. So the different settings of the pictures means that I'll be talking about different things. And that will have a mixture of words, high frequency words that will probably pop up in most, if not all, of the videos. And then there will be some specific words that are unique, or not unique, but special to that particular image, whether it's people, a place, an activity, whatever it may be. So there you have it. I'll just reiterate, I can't stress it enough, that this is a learning resource, not a teaching resource. Now, the differentiation is significant because this is for you to utilize however you will. I've given you suggestions around the reading, the listening, the shadowing, the creation of your own one, slowing it down on YouTube. But however you can use them is good. If they're useful in some other way, you might find a creative way to use it yourself. And, feel free to make a suggestion in the comments or whatever. But good luck, everybody, with your language learning. Be determined, be motivated. Languages take time, they take effort, they take motivation, and you have to really want it. But if you can tick all those boxes, then you are guaranteed success, all right, as long as you stick to it. Kia ora.